Patita Pavana Prabhu Karadaya de amore parachaya Prabhu Karadaya de amore parachaya Abhaya Shagu Shukri Bhogana Shagu Shukri Bhuvana Dvapade Loyo Sharana Prabhupada Patita Pavana Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gopi Ramana Gopi Ramana Jaya Radha Gopi Ramana Gopi Ramana Jaya Jagannath Jaya Jagannath Jai Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Gora Premanandi Janta Pravishtam Snupa Divine Grace Sri Bhakti Vedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Janta Pravishtam Snupa Paramahamsa Stotara Sutta Shishima Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Thakur Prabhupada Ki Jai Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai Prabhu Kaho Se Krishna Caitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Jai Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai Shri Mathura Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai Shri Navadvimaya Purudham Ki Jai Ganga Mai Ki Jai Yamuna Mai Ki Jai Tulasi Dev Maharani Ki Jai Bhakti Devi Ki Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Yagya Ki Jai Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai Nitai Gaur Premanandi All glories to the assembled devotees All glories to the assembled devotees All glories to the assembled devotees All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Yes. No, actually, they didn't play that one. No, the table, but not maybe that table.
There is something that put your name here.
All right, thank you. Shri Radha Gopinath ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Jaya Sri Caitanya Jaya Nityananda. Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Reading from Sri Caitanya Caritamrta, Antya-lila, Chapter 3, The Glories of Haridas Thakur. Text 144. By inducing a prostitute to disturb Haridas Thakur, Ramachandra Khan caused the seed of offense at his lotus feet to germinate. This seed later became a tree, and when it fructified, Ramachandra Khan ate its fruits. This offense at the lotus feet of an exalted devotee has resulted in a wonderful narration. Taking advantage of the opportunity afforded by this incident, I shall explain what happened. O devotees, please listen. Ramachandra Khan was naturally a non-devotee. Now, having offended the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, he became just like a demoniac atheist. Text 147. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama.
Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama. Bahudinera Paradhe Paila Parinama. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Bahudinera Aparade Paila Parinama. Bahudinera Aparade Paila Parinama.
Vaishnavis.
Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana.
Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana. Bahudinera Aparade Paila Parinama.
Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana.
Vaishnava Dharma Nindakare Vaishnava Apamana.
Vaishnava Dharma, the cult of Vaishnavism, Nindakari, blasphemy, Vaishnava Apamana, insults to the devotees, Bahodinera, for a long time, Aparadhe, by offensive activities, Paila, God, Parinama, the resultant action. Because of blaspheming the cult of Vaishnavism and insulting the devotees for a long time, he now received the results of his offensive activities. Purport. Ramchandra Khan was a great offender at the lotus feet of the Vaishnavas and Vishnu, just as Ravana, although born of a Brahmin father, Vishvashrava, was nevertheless called an Asura or Rakshasa because of his offenses against Lord Ramchandra, Vishnu, and Hanuman, a Vaishnava. So Ramachandra Khan also became such an Asura because of his offenses against Haridas Thakur and many others. Umagyana Timirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Caitanya Mano Bhishtam Shtapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupakanamaya Dadati Swapadantika Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Cha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitam Shta He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishamanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripasindhubhyaevacha Patitanam Pavamebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachanam Pangam Langayate Girinyat Kripatamaham Vande Shri Guru Nitaranam. So this Ramachandra Khan was a great offender. I mean, he was very envious of Haridas Thakur's glories, that he was respected, loved by everyone. So he made a plot to make him fall down by sending a beautiful prostitute. And the whole plan was to arrest him and expose him as an ordinary sinful man. That was the whole idea. So this young, beautiful prostitute went to see Haridas Thakur, and she openly said she was attracted to him. He was very beautiful and saintly and all this. And Haridas Thakur, yes, of course, I'm going to satisfy your desire, but I have a vow to finish my rounds. So you wait until I finish chanting my rounds, prescribed number. I promise to chant 10 million names in 1 month. So I have to finish this chanting. You have to chant every day like 333,000 names plus 10, something like that, to be able to perform that. You know, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, he made such a vow also to chant. Maybe not in 1 month, but more longer time anyway. But some vow he made also before start preaching. So anyway, So she was waiting, she was listening to the chanting. Sometimes she would say Hari Hari, just to to be. I mean to say, prostitutes can even be devotees. I mean at the time of Lord Krishna in Dwarka, there were prostitutes there, but they came to welcome Krishna, and so they were accepted as devotees. And because of karma or destiny, whatever they have to take to that profession, but they were devotees too. So anyway, after 3 days she was listening, chanting. Ramchandra Khan told her, you go to him, then I will send a constable to arrest him. She said, no, first let me fall down with him. And then the next time, you bring the constable to arrest him. But the first time, let me enjoy with him first, to make him fall down first. Then you can arrest him. So that was the evil plan. And of course, Haridas Thakur didn't have any intention to enjoy with the prostitute. He just promised her so to keep her coming to listen to the holy name. He wanted to purify her, to make her a devotee. So after 3 days and night listening to the holy name, she became purified, and she fell at the lotus feet of Haridas Thakur, and she revealed the truth, everything, and she was crying and very regretful, very repentant, and she asked forgiveness, and she asked Haridas Thakur to accept her as her disciple. So Haridas Thakur very kindly said, I knew of this plot much before, but I didn't go. I could have left away immediately the place, but because you came to me, I thought I should deliver you. So now it's fulfilled. So she asked for instruction. Guru Maharaj, what should I do? He said, give all your possessions to the Brahmanas and Vaishnavas, and have a hut in the forest, worship Tulasi Devi, and chant the holy name of Krishna. 100,000 names, 64 rounds every day. When Prabhupada came to the West, he asked the devotees to chant 64 rounds. Devotee tried it for a couple of days, but then Prabhupada, it's not possible, you can't do anything else, Okay, Prabhupada said, try then 32. So that didn't work either. After 2-3 days, they said, no Prabhupada, we can't do it either. So Prabhupada said, okay, no more talk about it, 16 rounds is the minimum. That's how the 16 round came about, to be like the rule in ISKCON. Because in the Gaudiya Math, the preachers, they have to chant 16 rounds. Not that everyone has the same amount to chant. Like that. Anyway, so since this is a preaching movement, so Prabhupada thought the 16 is the minimum. Anyway, so the prostitute did that. She followed the instruction of Haridas Thakur, and by chanting the holy name became so purified, so ecstatic, that people start coming to her to have her darshan and bring eatables and to be offered to the Lord. Even Vaishnavas will come to see her. Generally speaking, no Vaishnava will want to go see a prostitute. But if she becomes a great devotee, of course, they will want to have her darshan. So, Haridas Thakur, Lord Caitanya said to him, you are Brahma Haridas. Means he's an avatar of Lord Brahma. And the reason Lord Brahma appeared as Haridas Thakur has to do with the pastime of stealing the calves and cowherd boys. When Brahma wanted to test Krishna power, because he was bewildered by Krishna's internal potency, not the external, but the internal potency. He saw Krishna playing with his boyfriends, and they're jumping on his shoulder, and they're eating some fruit and yogurt from the palm of his hands, and so many things like that look bewildering to him. See, I mean, so is he the same Lord Vishnu, my father, Lord Narayan? So let me put to test. So he stole the cowherd boys and calves, and his idea was to take them to Brahmalok. That's from the Brahma Vaivarta Purana. But Krishna very cleverly assumed the form of Brahma and arrived at Brahmaloka before him. And he told the doorkeepers of Brahmaloka, protecting the planet, there is a false Brahma roaming around. If he comes here, don't allow him in. I'm going to change the password to enter Brahmaloka right now. It's a mantra. So when the real Brahma came, he could not come into his, he was not allowed to enter his own planet. So he came back to the earth planet, and that round trip, 1 year passed. So he came down and he put all the cowboy and calves in a cave in Govardhan. And then he went to see what happened in the pasturing ground. To his dismay, all the same boys and calves were there, thousands of them. He became struck with wonder. And who created this cowherd boys and calves? I'm the only creator of this universe. So, anyway, Jai Shri Radha Gopinath ki Jai, Jai Baladev Subhadra ki Jai, ShyamSakhi ki Jai. There is a pastime, happened later, Brahma went to see Krishna in Dwarka. And he announced himself to the doorkeeper. The doorkeeper came back and told Brahma, Lord Krishna is asking, which Brahma are you? What do you mean, which Brahma? I am the only Brahma, the four-headed Brahma, the Lord of the universe. So Brahma wanted to teach a lesson in humility to Brahma, and he called all the Brahmas from all the different universes. But by Krishna's mystic power, none of them will see each other. Each one thought they were alone with Krishna. But the Brahma from this universe, he could see everyone. So when he came to the room and he saw all this gigantic Brahma with hundreds and thousands of heads, because our universe is the smallest one, because Brahma has only 4 heads. The other universes are bigger, because Brahma has more heads. Go multiply 8, 16, 32, 64, like that. Go increasing. So imagine, Brahma with so many heads. When the devotee artists joined the movement, they were doing paintings of Krishna. But when they were going to do painting of Brahma, she became bewildered. How can somebody have 4 heads? Looks like mythology. And sometimes devotee asked me, the new devotees, how is that possible? Somebody has 4 heads. I tell them, what's the problem? If God, Krishna, can give an insect 100 legs to walk, why he can't give somebody 4 heads to think? if needed be. So anyway, so Brahma was struck with wonder when he saw so many Brahmas. And Krishna spoke to them like one Brahma. Is everything all right in your universe? Are the demons giving too much trouble? All Brahma said, no, by your mercy everything is fine. They're under control. How can I serve you? No, I just wanted to say hello. Now you can go to your universe. So all of them left, but the Brahma from this universe is there. He fell down flat, Dandavat, at Krishna's lotus feet, realizing his smallness. So when the Brahma saw the cowherd boys gathered there, he understood Krishna's supreme power. That Krishna expanded himself into all these cowherd boys and calves. So, and for 1 year Krishna did that. And of course, he satisfied, by doing that pastime, he satisfied the desires of all the elder gopis to have him as a son. And they were bewildered because they thought, we love our sons, but we love Krishna more than our sons. How bewildering is that now we love our son as the same as Krishna? Why is this happening? They could not understand it. The coward men also, the cows too. Balaram was on the top of the hill of Govardhan, and he saw a cow running down with such much speed that their hooves were clashing, and the tail raised, running down the hill. And why? Because she saw her calf down there who was Krishna. Expansion. So she licked all the body of the calf and put him to drink the milk. Although it was a grown-up calf, they didn't need milk anymore, was grazing already. So the coward men became angry, they came to separate them. And then their children appeared, who were Krishna. They forgot the calf, and they went to hug their sons and smell their heads and cry in ecstasy. So Balaram was seeing all this. He said, so much love is bewildering, extreme love. So he asked Krishna, what happened? What is this mystic power? And when Balaram didn't know, usually he goes every day along with Krishna. When that day, that pastime happened, but it was Balaram's birthday. So Nanda Maharaj told him, you can stay at home, you don't need to go today to work, to take care of the cows. So that's why he stayed back. Anyway, so not only that, but Krishna told his parents during that year, all these young gopas and young gopis need to be married. They are already teenagers. Vedic time they were married when they are teenagers. So let's have a big ceremony and marry all of them. So Krishna married all the gopis in that way. So Krishna satisfied everybody's desire. Like that. So anyway, somebody asked me, then if what happened then is that Brahma offered prayers to Krishna, asked forgiveness, But Krishna smiled, but didn't say anything. Krishna was actually silent. So Brahma didn't know for sure if Krishna forgave him or not. He wasn't sure. But when Indra attacked the Mijavasis and Braja with thunderbolts and big storm, but then he regretted later. He realized his mistake because he sent the Samvartaka and sent all this. Then he asked, everything is destroyed already? No. How is that possible? Oh, Krishna left Govardhan here, is protecting everyone. So he himself, I will go there personally and destroy it. So he went on his elephant, Airavata, and he was gonna throw his Vajra, his thunderbolt, to crush Govardhan in half. Very powerful weapon, And when he was going to do that, Krishna just moved his eyebrow. Looked at him, moved his eyebrow, his hand paralyzed. He couldn't move his hand. So he realized that Krishna was too powerful and he was a servant. He momentarily forgot due to pride. So he came back to his senses and fell down and asked Surabhi cow to come with him to help him get for Krishna's forgiveness. And Krishna accepted. He spoke to him and he accepted. Now the question may arise, why Lord Krishna forgave Indra's offense so easily and not Brahma's? Brahma's offense didn't harm anybody, just told them, put them to sleep. But Indra's offense was bigger. He was trying to harm, to destroy. So why Krishna forgive so easily? The reason is that Brahma's offense separated Krishna from his friends for a full year. But Indra's offense brought them all, everybody together with Krishna for a full week. So it was easier for him to forgive him. Anyway, so Brahma didn't know for sure if Krishna forgave him. So he went to Navadvip. 5,000 years ago. He went to Navadvip. He knew in Kali Yuga Lord Chaitanya will appear. And he started chanting the names of Lord Gauranga, meditating on him and praying to him and doing austerities. And the Lord was pleased with him and he appeared to him as Lord Chaitanya, Lord Gauranga. And he offered a benediction. And Brahma prayed that since I'm a very busy demigod and I sometimes get proud because of my high position, please give me opportunity to take part in your Kali Yuga pastimes. But I want to have a very, very humble position, so I will not get proud like I got by stealing your cows and cow friends. So please allow me to stay humble like that. So he was blessed to be born as Haridas Thakur. He was born in a Muslim family, meat-eaters. But he's the greatest Vaishnava. Lord Chaitanya said to him as a Namacharya, the Guru of the holy name. So one devotee asked me, then who occupied the post of Brahma while Brahma was here as Haridas? I thought that's not the problem. A lifespan of a human being in this planet is nothing in Brahmalok, it's a few seconds, maybe. It's like he just turned his face and came back or something. There's nothing. Nobody noticed he was missing. Time is relative in this universe, Once a descendant of Lord Brahma went with his daughter. He was like a grandson of Lord Brahma or something like that. He went to see Lord Brahma with his daughter. His daughter's name was Revati. So the doorkeeper asked him, okay, you wait here. Brahma's now listening to the Gandharva's concert. So you can listen to him, sit down here, wait until it's finished, then you can talk with him. So they sat down, the Gandharvas, wow, they did wonderful kirtan. In comparison to them, the best kirtaniyas on this planet will be like frogs trying to. So we should not be proud of our singing. Anyway, so after the kirtan finished, Brahma welcomed his descendant and said, yes, I came here because I need to consult something very, very important for me. And that is the marriage of my daughter, Revati. There are so many kings and princes who want to marry her, and I'm not sure which one will be the best for her. So please help me choose one. Here are the names of all of them. And Brahma started laughing very loudly. No, why you're laughing? This is a very serious matter, And Brahma said, no, I'm laughing because all these people you're mentioning, they passed away long, long time ago. While you were listening to the Gandharvas, many yugas happened in the earth planet. So all these people and their children, grandchildren, great-grand, all of them passed away long time ago. So the king was bewildered, said, what to do? Please advise me now, who can I marry her with? Right now Lord Krishna is appearing on earth with his brother Balaram. If you go fast in your airplane, you may reach on time. When Balaram is an adult, you can marry your daughter Revati to him. So that's what they did, because Revati is eternal wife of Lord Balaram. But Balaram wasn't happy with the marriage. You know why? Because she was from a different yuga. She was much taller than him. He had to look up there like this to see her face. So he wasn't happy with that. But he did something. He took his plow, put it on her shoulder, and shrunk her down to the same size, you know. Balaram did that. Amazing Balaram. Anyway, so when Brahma was acting like Haridas, the Gaura Lila, Lord Chaitanya once called him and other devotees to give some instruction to him and the others. And Lord Chaitanya said, Shuno Shuno Nityananda, Shuno Haridas, Sarvatra Mara Pragya Koro Prakash, Praktigare Gaya Koro Ibikko, Bolo Krishna Bhaja Krishna Koro Krishna Shikha. Listen to me, Nityananda, listen Haridas. Let the whole world know my desire. Go door to door and ask for alms 3 things. Ask the people, Bolo Krishna, chant Krishna's name. Bhaja Krishna, worship Lord Krishna. And Koro Krishna Shikha. Follow Krishna's instruction as they are in Bhagavad Gita Srimad Bhagavatam. Haridas and Nityananda put that order on their heads and they went to preach, following his instruction. They will go door to door and beg people, chant Krishna's name. Oh, I'm a very busy person, no time, have a family, job. They will preach. Life is short and full of misery. If you don't worship the Lord of the heart now, the dearest one to Mother Yashoda, you will suffer very much at the time of death. So now you have just human life, just human form of life. You must take full advantage of it. Don't waste your time decorating just your body and sleeping at night. Take to the holy name of the Lord. You are an intelligent person, you are a wise man, you know the Shastra, they will praise, okay. You convince me. So in the evening they will bring the result, Sankirtan result, when so many people promise to chant so many times the holy name of Krishna. The other day, before Maharaj left, Sachinand Maharaj, we had a conversation. And the conversation was about japa and kirtan. That many Gurukulis, they love kirtan but not so much japa. They are not so much into japa. Not all of them, some of them. Many they do chant japa. I saw already some of them start arriving. That's very good. I recognize some faces from Alachua. Anyway, so how to adjust this, because the religion for this age is Kirtan, isn't it? Kirtan is the main thing. And Lord Chaitanya emphasized Kirtan, not so much japa. But Lord Chaitanya himself, he chanted japa too, with his fingers. As mentioned in the Chaitanya Caritamrta. But you see, Haridas Thakur was chanting only japa. 192 rounds every day, 22 hours. 2 hours to sleep and eat, take bath. Only for 2 hours. 22 hours left, japa all day, 192 rounds. So how he was not doing kirtan then? The explanation is that Bhaktivinoda Thakur gave very nice explanation. He said, when devotee chant japa loudly, that's considered kirtan, not japa. Japa is considered when you chant very softly or even silently. That's considered japa. But if you chant loud, that's kirtan. That's kirtan. Even with japa, it's considered kirtan. So, of course, in the kirtan, you get the strength from all the group. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said at least one member of the group should be pure devotee, following everything strictly, So sometimes you see very talented young devotees, they very expert in leading kirtans and very, very talented. But if they don't follow the 4 regulative principles and they can chant their japa also, they will not, only will be like performance, you know. So I've told Maharaj, I'm a little worried. I've seen now in the movement, like these kirtan melas are very nice and everything, but it's being careful not to become like something like performance, like who can do it better, who like more, who's more expert and famous and like a rock star or something. That's not the whole idea at all. Chanting should be only to please Krishna, not to attract the popularity, become, you know, famous or something. That's not should be their aim. We have to be careful with that. Anyway, so, but sometimes Haridas Thakur will bring some complaints, loving complaints about Nityananda. At the end of the day, giving the Sankirtan result, Haridas Thakur will tell Lord Chaitanya, please do something about Nityananda. He put me in trouble sometimes, you know. We go to preach somebody's home, and the man has a cow, so Nityananda goes milk the cow, drink the milk, and run away without paying for it. And the owner says, where is my money? So I can't run that fast because I'm an old man. They catch me, they ask me to make me pay. So they get me in trouble. At other times, we're walking next to the Ganga, and we passed nearby a place where it's infested with crocodiles. And he jumped amongst the crocodiles, and he laughed like a wild child, and he's slapping the crocodiles and jumping their backs, you know. And I become very anxious for his safety. I start to shout, please help, this man's life is in danger. And he laughs loudly, like a madman, you know. All the devotees enjoying the complaints, of course. Even Lord Chaitanya was enjoying the complaints. And then Haridas Thakur said, and he put me to shame. We are in the market full of people, and he approached a young Muslim girl, and he grabbed her hand and asked her, will you marry me? And the girl become all shy and run away, you know. So, the purpose of doing these things, Lord Nityananda is teaching that one should not associate, not marry somebody who eat meat and have bad habits like that. That's the teaching behind it. And as you can make them devotees, of course. Anyway, like Haridas Thakur with the prostitute, he met here a devotee. He just touched her, whatever he touches become transformed, so powerful. So, once Lord Chaitanya asked Srivas Thakur, what do you think about Lord Nityananda's activities? Are they not a little weird? And Srivas Thakur would say, no, my Lord. Even if I see him entering a nightclub, a bar, he's worshipable for me. He has some preaching business there. He's worshipable by Lord Shiva and Lord Brahma. What to speak of fallen soul like me. So Lord Chaitanya was happy and he embraced Srivas. Yes, you love my Nityananda. He's my second body. Whatever I do it through him. Whatever he does, I do it through him. Anyway, so any comments or questions, please? Yes?
You mentioned about the Gaudiya Math, and you said they also chant 16 rounds, the preachers only.
Yeah.
Did that come about after Prabhupada set 16 rounds as a standard, or is that something that they always had, like Bhakti Sundara?
No, Srila Bhakti said those who live in the temple, they should chant 64 rounds. That was the standard. But the preacher, he said they can't chant 16 because they're busy preaching, so. But those who have more time, they can chant 64. So Prabhupada tried 64, but then wore 32, then made the minimum 16 because Guru made the 16 minimum. But now they made it 4 the minimum. Is it? And you know how that happened? You know how that happened? One godbrother of Srila Prabhupada, Srila Maharaj, he said that you should chant 16 rounds. But if you are too busy doing too much service all day, no time, at least 4 should be chanted so the mala will not starve. But then, of course, they were not doing so much service. Only still will chant for a round. He didn't know the Western mentality. That if you take the minimum, they will take the minimum, not the maximum. Yes.
One time I calculated that, and for 1 second of Brahma is 100,000 years.
How much time?
100,000 years.
1 moment?
1 second.
1 second of Brahma. Yeah. Who made the calculation? Some mathematician made the calculation.
I made
you
calculated.
did?
Yes.
Oh, not wonderful. 1 second of Brahma is 100,000.
100,000 years.
Amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. So then he stayed as Haridas Thakur less than a second in this planet.
Well, because and Brahma was gone for a moment, so I thought, wow, let me see how many years. But I was really astonished, and it came to 1 second is 100,000 years.
Imagine. Time is relative. Time is eternal. We divide it in past, present, future in this material world. But in the spiritual world, it's absence on its effect. Time here affects everything when passes, destroying everything. Kalo asmi, Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, I am time, destroyer of the worlds. But there is no effect of that in the spiritual world, so time is eternal. Any other questions? Yes?
Yes, Maharaj, you said that one of the first instructions she got a prostitute was to give donations to Brahmins.
Yes.
Did we accept that? Is that possible?
I mean, that's the instruction of Haridas Thakur. Generally, they should not accept, But because it was an instruction by the great devotee Haridas Thakur, and the reason she was giving charity not to continue as a prostitute, but to give up everything, become fully devoted, so that's why they accepted. That's an exception. An exception.
Yeah, we are supposed to be a Brahminical institution, so what is our attitude towards getting donations? Can we accept from anybody?
Well, I mean to say, if you are strong enough to absorb the karma, use it for Krishna, the donation, that is the way to counteract it. No? If you feel you can't absorb it or use it, then let it not accept. Like once Prabhupada received the godbrother, I'm not going to mention his name, but in Vrindavan, and Malati was cooking, the original Malati. And he offered, but he did not accept. He didn't accept the food. It was cooked by, Western lady. He didn't accept. He was coming from Brahmin family, So, and but later he came to Prabhupada to ask for help renewing his temple, ask for a donation. And Prabhupada said, that will not be good for you. You're Paka Brahmana, and receiving donation from the Melechas will not help you. I think better not. Then he realized his mistake. Then he asked Prabhupada for forgiveness. He's a great devotee, pure devotee. It's a pastime. Yes.
About the chanting, because it seems like some devotees are chanting very softly or sometimes completely silently.
Yes.
Is it still considered to be?
Jiva Goswami said that we should chant loudly. Prabhupada said in Caitanya Caritamrta, why should at least hear oneself? Loud enough to hear oneself. No? No. So very important to engage the tongue. He said, Prabhupada said, you have to move your jaw and move the tongue. And the clear sound must come, Hare Krishna, not Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, chanting is most important activity in the spiritual life. If we do it the right way. Bhaktivinoda Thakur said, the 9 processes of devotional service are present in the first 3. Shravanam, Kirtanam and Smaranam. And the 3 are present in 1, which is Kirtanam, chanting. Because when you chant, you also listen, you hear. And you should remember us. So, I'll tell you one pastime about that, about chanting. Srila Bhaktisiddhanta put an announcement in the newspaper in Calcutta inviting people to live in the temple and only do chanting, do nothing else. We will give you food and room, you just chant all day. So some people came. Some of them didn't last long, few months, and they left. But one of them stayed, and he became his disciple. Later he became known as Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj. So the other devotees were complaining that this man is doing nothing, just chanting all day, we have to do so many service, why he can't also do some service? And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta said, if you can chant like him day and night, he was chanting day and night, I will relieve you from all your service and that's just do the chanting. You know, when the devotees went from America to Mayapur to see Prabhupada, the festival, Gaura Purnima, one Bhakta was introduced to Prabhupada. Prabhupada asked him, how many rounds you're chanting? Oh, I'm chanting 8 rounds. Prabhupada said, why not 16? Oh, because the devotee gave me a lot of service, I have no time. Prabhupada told him, then you give up all service, just eat and sleep and chant 16 rounds. Prabhupada didn't accept excuses, you know. Of course, you don't need all day to chant 16 rounds, you know, 2 to 3 hours at most, but just to emphasize the importance of chanting, you know? So, and when Prabhupada loved him very much, he will invite him to Mayapur, lead the kirtan. He had such a sweet voice and played mridanga, amazing. So all devotees loved him too, was a great devotee. Once he was with Prabhupada and his godbrother, they came along in Mayapur, and Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj asked them, why did you fail to preach in the West? And our godbrother Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, he was successful. Why is that? They were all silent. They didn't say anything. And he said, because he had full faith in the holy name of Krishna. So anyway, when Krishnadas Babaji Maharaj was old and sick, he had some heart problem. So the devotees brought the doctor to check him out, you know, with his stethoscope. And he put to listen to the heartbeat. And the instrument fell from his hand, you know. He was bewildered, he was looking bewildered. He said, the devotees were worried, is Maharaj okay? I don't know. Please listen first you and you tell me, you know. So one devotee put it, and instead of the heartbeat, he heard Hare Krishna, from the heart, coming from the heart, the sound. The sound was coming from the heart. The heart was chanting. We have to come to that stage. When we hear sometimes chanting from the heart. Sometimes the devotee will kirtan, they shout, chant from the heart. We have to be like Krishna's body, Maharaj, chant like that. Okay. Any last question? Okay. Was all right. You're excused. Time to finish the class. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaur Premanandi. Yes, yes. I've seen many times in Mexico. Some brown language, some he said he chants, but I asked him, but he said he chants I know. Well, I asked him, he may not chant the chant. Some people advise our he said, probably sometimes, you know, what we're using the mouse on the computer, we have some problems like that. Have faith, this chanting is not. Yeah, there is no way to know for sure. As I mean to say, we are sitting on this wall. He said he's the same. Yes. He says what's it? Now there is ISKCON. Let's make it a session of question and answer.
Maybe it's possible for them to
grew up, saw my grandmother like okay, so please bring the first one.
Okay, it's already there. I'm just gonna wash it.
Okay,
It's already there.
wash it and offer it.
No.
An offering too. Sì, siamo sarai se vuoi entrare domenicano cantare fine settimana. Nella maniera sì, si farà in maniera seccata. Sì, sì. Gli americani parlano di
Oh, yeah, I
the
told
Brussels.
Yeah, I told him.
Not the chapter one, the chapter was close. 1.5 hours. So we have to leave at 4.
Yeah, I told him.
My flight is at 7.
Yeah, you need 2 hours.
Yeah, 1.5 hour before the flight. So at 4.
Yeah, I told him and he said maybe it was going to be
What?
1 hour and a half if there's no traffic, probably there will be no
No
traffic.
traffic.
Yeah.
At 4 in the morning.
Yeah, 1 o'clock. Yeah, because, yeah.
So maybe in the future I can visit a way to easy.
Shouting back when people get angry, they always do that. How is it stupid things they do? When we break up here, I really hate myself for all the things I did wrong. I really hate myself. Yeah, I like this stuff.
You don't even know me 5 years ago. Okay, you see me 1 day a year, and the rest of the year, how ISKCON how many years? So,
for instance, what could you? You could wait, start changing the topic. You do many things. Something can change. That's the point of choose. You just choose something else. That's it. Which one you charge? I have to wait to it, then you're gone.
yeah.
You feel this is the one which you choose, but you choose.
Okay, and how does it feel for you if you see somebody being angry at the Radhadesh like 6 years ago? Being completely angry, completely fried, and full of pain because of a bullet in his spine. Yeah? I have to go to the toilet first, but we can have this discussion. Krishna